start doing the spark plugs, on this side you're going to have to remove your air filter housing. So undo these two clips and slide off this end first, pivot it out, and then that part pops out. Set this aside, just make sure it's out of your way. I'm going to show you how to replace this one. It's all the same process for all of them, and this one has easier access for video purposes. With a 10mm socket, remove this bolt here. Now unplug your ignition coil, press on this tab here to release the lock for the connector and pull the connector up and out. Now you can remove your ignition coil. With a 5/8 or 16mm spark plug socket, go ahead and remove your spark plug. It's easier if you have a long extension because your ratchet will clear the air filter housing here so you can turn it better. Alright, once it's out, go ahead and take that out, and here's your old spark plug. It's important to have a spark plug socket for installation because you want to insert the spark plug and have it hold it. If you just have a regular socket, it'll fall and it can damage the electrode on the tip. Now slide in the new spark plug and thread it on by hand. You don't want the threads to cross thread. And once you know it's on, go ahead and snug it up with the ratchet, and then we'll torque it. At this point it's bottomed out, so I'm going to remove my ratchet, switch to the torque wrench, and torque these to 13 foot-pounds. Right there, perfect. Now remove your socket, and let's put the ignition coil back on. On the tip of the ignition coil, right where the boot is, I like to put just a little bit of silicone paste or dielectric grease on. That's going to seal up the spark plug, make it watertight, but it's also going to prevent it from sticking onto the spark plug. A lot of times these boots will tear when they get stuck, and you got to remove it. Now reinstall your ignition coil. Press it down all the way, connect the connector, and insert your bolt. Snug it up. Perfect. And now you want to do the same to the rest of these. To reinstall this air filter housing, it has two hooks right here. Those need to go into those areas, and you want to make sure that it's actually fully seated, otherwise you'll have dirty air getting in there. All right, and now hook your two front clamps on, make sure they engage properly, and just double check it, make sure it's not loose. Perfect. At this point, let me show you the other side. So on this side, you might get a little scared because there's a bunch of hoses, but actually these can pull right out of their bracket here, and you can move them aside, and it's the same exact process, and you can do this without removing either of these two brackets. You just have to push the hoses out of your way, and then make sure you put them back when you're done.